Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. You guys can get louder than that, right? There we go. Thank you. At this time, I just want to introduce myself. I'm Matt Bloom. I am a social worker at the Veterans Hospital here in the city of Pittsburgh. And I'm here just to speak to you guys on what the VA is and a little bit about what my job does in working with veterans every day. So before we get started, just thank our veterans that are here again one more time. All right. So does anyone know what the Veterans Hospital is? Okay, that's good. So the Veterans Hospital has two facilities here in the city of Pittsburgh where veterans like myself and my fellow veterans here can go to for health care. It's unlike any other hospitals that you might go to if you're sick, to visit a family member, or so on and so forth. Here at the Veterans Hospital, we only serve veterans, okay? So when they come up there, they can guarantee to get better care and to have a camaraderie, which is friendship, with other veterans while they're getting care. What's different than most other hospitals is the VA serves those who have been injured in war, might be sick from war, or just have everyday common problems such as you and I. There at the hospital, we have many different services. We assist those that might be homeless. We assist those that might be struggling with personal injuries, as far as maybe they lost a leg or an arm. We help those that have dental problems. And we also just give primary care if they're sick, if they have pneumonia or something like that. So we have a wide variety of services that we offer to our nation's heroes. Also at the hospital, we help those that are homeless. We have a homeless program to where they can come and live and learn to get back onto their feet with employment or to address any of the issues they might be going through. My job specifically is working with Iraq and Afghanistan veterans that come home in the last 10 years, okay? So what I do is I talk to veterans on the phone, normally cell phones, and I ask them if they need help. Because a lot of our young veterans are coming home, and all they've done since they've graduated high school, like you all will, is gone into the military. So a lot of them haven't had the opportunity to go on to college and start their careers. A lot of them have families with young children, and they need added support. So what I'll do is I'll offer them all the support they need, whether if it's finding a job, whether it's talking to somebody about some of the issues they had from the military, because it is a very stressful job, as you might know. Some of you, your parents might have deployed overseas, and it's hard to be away from your mom and dad, or even your grandparents. But it's the same effect for veterans. When we go away, it's hard for us to be away from our families and our loved ones. So on top of that, and offering the services, what I'll do is I'll talk to them and get them the appointments that they need to feel better about themselves as well. On top of my job, I come to speaking engagements like this. I get to go to rock concerts. I get to go to Pirate games and Steeler games. And I'll meet veterans there that might not know about the VA hospital. When I came home in 2005 was the last time I was deployed to Iraq. I didn't know what the VA was. And I came home and I got off active duty and I just went about my daily life. Now there's so many resources out there that we need to get the word out to help our veterans. Whether, like I said, it's homelessness or financial problems or they just need to talk to somebody. That's my role. So we'll go to those venues and we'll set up a nice tent, we'll hand out bracelets, we'll hand out cards and business cards and say, hey, if you need to come and talk to somebody or you need health care, come to the VA, because we have a lot of resources you guys can take advantage of, and it's been really helpful. In Western Pennsylvania alone, which is our surrounding area, we have over 19,000 veterans from Iraq and Afghanistan that are registered for health care. That is probably the size of the entire attendance at a normal Pirate game. So if any of you have watched a Pirate game, you see all the people in the stands, that's about how many veterans are in the local area. That's just from Iraq and Afghanistan. Right now, the Vietnam veteran era population is much greater than that. So that's a little bit about my job, and that's what the VA is here for. We have 2 facilities in the city of Pittsburgh. We have one in downtown, which is near the University of Pittsburgh, and we have another location where I work out of over near the zoo. So if you ever see the road signs for it, it says Veterans Hospital, that's where I work out of. And that's where a lot of our veterans come to get their health care. So that's basically my job and what the VA is here for. And I understand some of you guys have questions. Is it all right to ask questions now? Or? Okay, so does anyone have any questions? Go ahead, Steelers. That's awesome. Did you thank him today? Say Happy Veterans Day? That's awesome. Well, you thank your daddy for me today, okay? Oh, you're going to miss him, I'm sure, aren't you? Go ahead, buddy.
My grandpa was in the war, and so is he. He's in our family, and he's in the war.
Do you want to give him a round of applause again? Any other questions? Go ahead. Go ahead, you in yellow.
My granddad, he was in the army and he survived.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. Yes, go ahead, sweetheart, in the pink. Can you speak a little louder?
They just have to wear the color green and brown in the army.
I was in the Marines, and we have 2 different sets of uniforms. Who was in the, which one was the Army? Army veteran? We have Woodland, which is green, brown, and black, and then we have Desert Camis, which are like a tan and a beige. And our dress uniforms are different, where they're blue and white and all kind of difference. But would you like to talk about your uniform or what you wore back in World War II?
I'll tell you one thing, I'm glad I'm out of it. After I got out of training there, they gave us a summer uniform and a winter uniform. One was tan, the other was dark. All of them. And I didn't know where I was going to go. But I had a good time, you know, with my buddies and everything like that. But I'm glad I'm home. Thank you.
That was a great question. Good, buddy, in the black hoodie. That's you.
My grandfather was
Did you say thank you to your grandfather today? Good, sweetheart. What was the worst part of World War II?
The war itself.
The question was, do we have to wear certain colors in the branches? The Navy generally has blue uniforms. The Army had tan, and the Marines have both. They have tan and green. We have different rank insignia as well. Go ahead. Wow, that's great. Good for them. Makes you proud? Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead in the back in the black t-shirt. I was in E5, which was a sergeant. I think that's a good question for all of our veterans, actually. Frank?
I was staff sergeant in the infantry.
Senior Master Sergeant. Lance Corporal. Corporal. Specialist 4th class.
Yes, go ahead, Nick Gray. Yes, ma'am.
Do you like your job?
Do I like my job? I love my job. I get to work with veterans every day, like myself, and just giving them the information that's available to them and help them get the care that they need makes my day very, very enjoyable. Go ahead. It's you.
What is the highest rank in the military?
The highest rank in the military. Well, I think every branch has a different rank system, but the president is obviously the commander-in-chief, but a 4-star general in each branch of the Army and the Marines would be the highest. In the Air Force, 4-star general, and the Navy, I believe, is admiral, I believe. So every branch is different.
I am wearing a white Navy suit that has 3 stripes down, but I don't know what rank it is.
3 stripes down in the Navy, I believe that's a petty officer, first class.
It's a white shirt.
Okay. You in the blue hoodie? That's great. It's good to hear. How many people have family members or friends that were in the military? Go ahead.
How are you guys able to communicate with each other from a faraway place?
We had really good radios. Every vehicle has a radio, and some of the people will wear radios on their backs. Computers nowadays, what they use, they can send messages over laptops. You might want to speak different. Yeah, so they had actual landlines that you would string across from base to base or position to position. So it's greatly changed from a small telephone that you would have to wind up to get enough charge to speak with somebody. But nowadays it's all digital and satellites and stuff like that. Yes, go ahead.
Do you work 24/7?
Yes, the military is a 24-hour, 7-day a week, 365 days a year job. When you're not at war, you live on base, you obviously generally go to work 9, 10, 12-hour days, 7 days a week. And if you want to take vacation, you can. But when you're in war, it's a 24-hour day job. Thank you so much for having us here, and we look forward to talking to you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt Bloom. We will hear more from our veterans after lunch. Classes have assigned times to come down and visit each veteran's table, and you can ask more questions, and you will hear more stories from each of our veterans up here. So let's give them one more round of applause. Young scholars, we can start to exit, starting with 6th and 7th grade in the back.